All right, so very good. The drama continues between Samuel Ortom and the presidency. Garba, they have been involved in a lot of confrontation, war of words, I think. So, gentlemen, let's get talking. Victor, I wonder what side of the divide you belong, ranching or grazing, Samuel Ortom or Garba.
We're already having ranches in this country. We have ranches. There's no part of the country where you don't have ranches.
Because remember, Mr. President has actually asked that investigation, set up a committee, I think about a week ago, to investigate the issue of the grazing routes.
Yes, we have ranches
in 25 states.
And that is why you see cattle everywhere in the country. But what Nigerians are against is grabbing of people's land. There's a difference between grabbing people's land and ranches. In Lagos now we have abattoir there. There's another corner there where we have ranches where the cattle are kept. That is ranches. It is not until you take a whole state or local government area, as we have been told that when there is sugar, certain people will have their own community. They will have local government area. They have street. They have banks, banks,
hospitals, and all of that.
Is that how it is done? Australia is the largest producer of heads in the whole world. When I was working with a milk company in this country, all the powder milk that we were using was imported from that place. Do you see people killing people there because of the issue of economy, as he described it? It is nothing. It has nothing to do with economy. It has nothing to do with economy. Is it only Nigeria that is facing economic challenges? Why are there no such killings in Togo, as I said before, or Ghana, or other places? There's economic crisis all over the world. Why is Nigeria no different? So the issue is that we already have ranches all over the country, and that's why anywhere you go, you see cattle. Is it not so? If you go to your village now, you see cattle. But must it be expanded at the whole local government area? Like for instance, in Delta State, they are demanding for about 300 hectares of land.
Look, I think...
Is that the only business?
I think
let's say, Richard,
the government's policy somersault and inefficiency has given room to conspiracy theorists to, really have say in lots of these issues. Now, let's talk about the northern governor says they actually supported grazing, ranching. The southern governors outlawed grazing, open grazing.
No, they against it.
That's what I'm saying. Lots of houses of assembly have passed laws against that. Now,
banning open grazing.
I was in Abuja and I saw cattle by the roadsides. It was obscene. No one will support that. You understand? So ranching, being a very, very viable business for whoever is involved, should be primarily funded. The government could then come in through, as you have Ankobora for rice growers, and support them. So having to I liked routes for grazing. I do not think it will help the security issues we have in this country.
All right, Ambrose is standing by. Ambrose, let's again hear your analysis and perspective. I wonder which side of the divide you belong to, grazing or ranching, and of course I also want you to react to how Governor Samuel Ortom of Benue State have also been really vocal about what is playing out, especially in Benue State.
Well, I think the correct terminology to use is open grazing, because even in ranches, the cattle graze. Grazing is when the cattle go around looking for food. But what we are now saying that the grazing should not be open, where the cattle can move from one place to another in the name of cattle routes, moving cattle from the north of Nigeria to the south of Nigeria, trampling on people's farmlands, eating up people's crops, destroying homelands, raping women, and killing in the name of open grazing. Now, the modern times, that belongs to the antiquated period of our history, where these things were done so many years ago. It does not belong to modern reality. And for those who are trying to dig it up, gives credence to the people who are postulating that it goes beyond open grazing, that there may be sinister motives by some people to grab lands of people, and that is why they are insisting on this open grazing. Having said that, Even the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has ranch. I mean, for many times, even when he was doing his campaign, there were lots of pictures and videos of him with his cattle in his ranch. I don't understand why somebody somewhere is trying to promote open grazing. And may I remind people that in the Land Use Act of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that the governor of each state has a prerequisite and has the powers vested on him by the Constitution to be the ones to allocate land. Therefore, the presidency cannot wield power to itself. We are not in a banana republic. We are not in a forest where animals, the power of the might rules. We are a people governed by law. And as the country stands, the laws of the Federal Republic through the Land Use Act says that the allocation of land is vested on the governor. And that is why that's why we have what we call governor's consent. Now, where you want to build ranch is a private business. Just like the farmer, a farmer can have a plantation of palm oil, plantation of cashew, or plantation of anything, or rice farms in a lot of acreage. The people go to buy those lands. They go buy the land, cultivate them. These are large farmlands. So if it is a private business, why they pay money to the government and the rest? So why is ranching made a national affair? Last time somebody from the same presidency was comparing people who are selling spare parts with people who are grazing, forgetting that people who are selling spare parts go to rent shops. Personally, the government did not rent the shops for them, import their own goods and wares, and pay taxes and all those things to the federal government, and pay all the relevant state taxes as well pay the owners of the shops they are renting without disturbing anybody. Why should a group of people who say they are into cattle rearing want to disturb the whole nation with their business? It is not allowed. It will not stand. So no matter this, whether you want to ruga it or you want to do cattle colony or you want to give it any name, it's not going to work. People will not sit down and let their land be. No governor will sit down and allow his land to be grabbed by people who are pretending to be involved in open grazing. Therefore, and then the president, Shigaba Shehu, the spokesperson, I think more of the time when he talks, he brings more problem to the president. Instead of him to give releases that that will make Nigeria love his principle, that is the president more, that will endear Nigerians to his principle. He almost every time he fights and attacks people as if that is his new trade. I mean, he's a scholar when it comes to mass communication. So I don't know whether it's the politics in him that is making him not practice this profession the way it's supposed to be practiced. A governor brought out some issues, and the next thing you're saying that he changed political parties 5 times. I mean, most of the time, it's not in news in Nigeria that politicians cross political parties. What is the myth of the matter? The myth of the matter is that.
Yeah, so stay with us again. We'll check in with you as we move on and discuss other issues on the program this afternoon. Ambrose Igboke live from the cold city in Enugu. Well, it's now time to get your feedbacks. As usual, we always need to remind you that your language has to be civil, it has to be TV friendly, it has to be broadcast friendly. You have 60 seconds or less to share your thoughts with us, exactly what you make of whatever we've discussed this afternoon, the earlier topics. Hopefully we can get calls from Plateau State. I'm really very interested in what is playing out in Plateau State. Again, when you call, you have to turn down the volume of your TV set or just move away from your TV set completely so that we do not have any holdback as we communicate with you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Pastor Kanye Joseph.
Yes, Pastor from Ondo State. You need to move away from your TV set. That's the deal.
Okay. I had a discussion. I was watching the discussion on the television.
Go ahead.
About lunch and grazing.
Yes, please go ahead, please.
Yeah, I got somewhere should not be attacked. The president has no right to protect the owners of the land that portions of land should be given to the Fulanis. Everybody where their persons, I just think we were committing coming by the faith.
All right.
So it's not enough.
All right.
Everybody is against what the president is saying.
All right. So thank you so much, Pastor. Thank you. I think you've made your point. Yes. Hello. Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Yeah, my name is JSL from Jos, Plateau State.
Oh, good to hear from someone from Jos. I wonder what exactly the atmosphere is like where you are at the moment.
Well, I really thank God for even talking to a TV. I saw about Ortom, governor of Benue State. You see, if we are having politicians that they can stand for their people, especially the state governors, there will be no problem. Try to get that your question. I'm not question from your place, you are gathered studio. Then I occupy the place. I achieve that, but you are not in a company area. This is the solution to the people that we are pursued on that place and some people settled there. Let the government do the justice there. You people, when we think of it, we are in a conquering area. The problem now, some people occupy the places that they have already pursued some people, and the government are looking for ID. Is that here? Let us take one instance, please, and very just give me the name. Today they are looking for their property, and unfortunately you caught somebody with it. Who is now the best accused? I just want to give you an answer. Who is now the person that is accused? It's not the person who caught with their property. You take out of my compound, you occupy the compound, and nobody is talking about it. And that is what is happening in practice. And that's the thing to everything. If you think you will deal with all these things, justice will come, and there will be no crisis. And I'm speaking for you, I've experienced it many occasions. So the truth now, we are in part of NGO, and that's only justice. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it's indeed very... well, I mean, no, we do not have questions for you, but I would like you to understand that our thoughts and prayers are with you. We sincerely feel what exactly you're passing through at this moment, and so we are with you in prayers. We'll keep speaking about it until something is done.
Thank you very much. We are in lockdown, especially because now, for some days now, and we don't know when we will solve the coffee. And people are dying. Many are sick. Today, even to court because of this particular problem.
Really very sad indeed.
We don't know what to do. Thank you, prayers.
Thank you so much. All right, so, well, there you go, someone from Jos. Let's take more reactions and feedbacks on the program. Hello, good afternoon. All right, more calls and feedbacks on the program before we move on to the last topic for the day. Yes, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, your name and your location, please.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Joe from Abuja.
All right, thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to let us, the government of the day, understand that we are all watching, and the 90% of Nigerians are so learned to understand the handwriting on the wall. So whatever they try to give, whichever name they try to give it, we are watching. But there is no problem. All we want to do, or want them to understand is that even in Katina, where the president comes from, I understand they are rejecting open grazing in the state.
Yes.
Why should it be extended? Why should it be able to other states of the federation? Look at the things going on in Nigeria.
All right.
What are they trying to tell us? That we don't understand what is going on?
All right. Thank you so much for your thoughts. Just one or two more calls. Yes, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'm calling from Jos.
All right. What's your name, please?
My name is Okechukwu, calling from Jos.
Yes. Well, Okechukwu, your name sounds like someone from the southeast. I'm wondering, why have you not been evacuated just yet? Because I understand some states have already begun evacuation.
Yes, of course. We have not had such an information around us here. That's the truth.
Yes, what states exactly?
Plateau State.
Yes, I mean, what states do you come from in the southeast?
From Abia State.
All right, I'm not sure Abia is in one of the states that have begun evacuation. Yes, but in particular, yes, share with us exactly what you make about this crisis. And 24-hour curfew as imposed by the governor of Plateau State, Simon Lalong. I wonder how you're coping.
It's a very sad situation right over there, and it's not allowable to us at all because coupled with hunger and other things, we are not having it at all. So that's the truth about it. And moreover, I want to make a little conclusion on this open grazing of the thing.
All right.
I don't know how open grazing become an national issue. I don't think it should be this nice because you don't see none of the picture. Bought a land, buy food, and make everything available for their bed. Then how can an account whether import it on national for them to be able to hear for it? I don't think it's what I don't think it's not shown what the movement in this nation.
All right. Okay, Chiku, thank you so much for speaking with us on the program. Yes, gentlemen, let's maybe in 60 seconds each just respond to some of the messages coming through, especially from Plateau State.
It's unfortunate.
24 hours curfew,
again.
Businesses shut down. We haven't even recovered from the COVID-19 pandemic, gentlemen.
Again and again is unfortunate. You know, now let's look at democracy ought to be government of the people, by the people and for the people. And the majority opinion, you know, is that they don't want open grazing. It is inimical to safety and security of lives and properties. Now, what does it take for local government, state government, supported by federal government to set in motion a mechanism that will help ranching rather than identifying open grazing routes, obsolete ones? So it will help us, and evacuations of infants and adults and students will have been saved.
I'm wondering, I know in government many years back I was taught referendum, the need to sometimes go to the masses and hear their opinion.
Okay.
I do not, I cannot remember the last time any government, whether PDP, whether APC, decided to go back to the people and say, look, let's conduct something, maybe, like a public poll or something, let Nigerians get to speak. I mean, apart from the elections, of course.
The last one we had was that of 1963.
Well, 1963.
When the Midwest was created from the Western region. That was the last one we had in this country.
Well, some of us were not even conceived just yet.
Yes. But now, what is happening today in this country is that the masses have no say. Either through election or through consultation, we don't have a say. And that's why our so-called representative at the National Assembly, they don't come back home to ask the views of the people about national issues. They just say their mind. Even when there is loud voice against a policy, they go ahead with it. They say nothing will happen. They say we are going ahead with it. But the warning is that when you pursue a goat, as lazy as goat is, to the wall, no matter how lazy it is, it will turn back to face you because it has nowhere to go. When you push the masses to the brick wall, when there is no opening for them to continue to run, they will face you, and at that time it becomes very dangerous.
All right.
There's something very critical here.
Okay, maybe just in 20 seconds. Please.
Okay, yes, people spoke recently, and I can remember when the Houses of Assembly did something about local government autonomy. Did something about financial autonomy for judiciary and legislature. Nothing came out of it. So it is a way the governors have twisted the state legislatures and make status quo to remain to the detriment of the people.